Hi, it's Sue from Free Motion Quilt along with Ren. I had trouble with the video that I originally did. It must have had a corrupt disk in it. So I'm just doing a sample of the feathers that we're using in the feathered wreath on some scraps. As you can see, you just go up along the spine, do the feather, you then backtrack and then complete the next feather before repeating it all over again. Sorry about that. I do have sciatica and every now and then I do get a twinge which tends to make my foot jerk on the pedal. So just travelling down the spine and then we'll pebble up. To do pebbles we're basically just doing lots of figure of eights and running them together. As I only sketch this roughly you'll notice that the spine goes a lot wider towards the top which I'm ignoring. Often any lines we draw are more of a guideline anyway. We don't have to have them perfect. We can fix them up as we're actually sewing. Once we finish the pebbles, I'll just go back down along the spine on the other side, and then I'll be in position to do the next set of feathers. And then just doing the same again. You just travel up the spine. I'm ignoring some of the ones that I've drawn, as you can probably tell, because I didn't draw them evenly. Often what I'll do is I'll draw three lines. One will be the spine line and the other will be the edge of the feathers. Now going on to the circle wreath inside a square. I have drawn the inner feathers, um, more just so I don't confuse anybody. They've only been done roughly, but I will just fill them in. I've only done a couple of the outer feathers, and I'll show you how I use the outside line as a guide for where the feathers go. And it's actually quite a good way to do it, especially if you're going to do large free-flowing feathers and you want to try and keep the proportion even. You could just draw a triangle shape, and that gives you a edge to be working towards, that you know that your finished feather will look balanced. So when you're filling in a circle with feathers, try and keep the feathers a mix of short and longer feathers, and it gives it a more interesting feel. And I did just change the bobbin then, so that's why I'm just going to get rid of these threads and we'll be back onto the outside feathers. So starting off, I'm just following the lines. You're still travelling along the spine of the feather. Now I'll use that outer line to give me a guide for where that curve's going to be. I hope you sort of get the idea as we go around the circle. One way to practice feathers is just draw some random shapes on some scrap fabric and sew along and try and fill them out, or work out where you're going to put the odd smaller feather in for interest and how to fill in the shape. And you'll be amazed at how easy it becomes with time to start getting a more even feather. And we're nearly finished, so thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I will put a picture up of the feathers finished on the block after this is finished. Thanks again.